time I saw wrestling. Chili Billy Cardilli and the wrestlers, and the big hero was Bruno. And I went, my God, and he became my hero. And it wasn't just Bruno, it was the fact that good triumphed over evil.
Right.
It was the good guy beating the snot out of the bad guy.
Right.
Which, when I was a kid, even the TV shows, the good guys always outdid the bad guys. The good guys were cool, not the bad guys.
Right.
Got reversed later.
It sure did.
But, so that intrigued me, justice and beat up the bad guys and be a hero like Bruno.
Sure.
And so he became my hero. And when I was 16 and started driving, I found out where he lived. He lived 4 or 5 miles down the road from me.
Okay.
And I would drive that way. I'd make a turn a little before the normal turn to go by his house.
Okay.
And one time I drove by his house. I saw him in the backyard one summer day. And it was hard to see because he had these big-ass hedges
That makes
around
sense.
his property. With
A little privacy for Bruno. Okay.
Yeah, but I could barely see him. He was standing
Not
by.
enough.
Yeah, not enough. He didn't get away.
Not for Larry the Stalker.
Yeah, I'm stalking this guy.
Oh my God. Okay, so and in the days before GPS, he found his house. I'm impressed.
Well, my mother worked did some volunteer work at a school where his kid went to school, and she gave me the
there you
ad.
go. There you go. There's the connections.
Yeah, so mom helped.
All right, so you see Bruno.
I see him. I couldn't help it. I stopped the car and I start crawling through these hedges.
I love it. This is great. Okay.
Crawl through the hedges was full of cuts and stickers.
That's great.
Bugs.
16-year-old little kid with pimples. I'm coming through this guy's yard, and Bruno looks at me, and I don't know how he kept a straight face. And in his prime, he was awesome looking. I mean, like a gorilla that shaved.
Sure.
I mean,
Sure.
and I don't believe I was walking up to this guy through his yard, and he was standing there. Long story short, I introduced myself, was very polite, and he was very, like, a nice guy.
It's amazing.
I mean, very nice guy. He didn't, but that's just the kind of guy Bruno was. And that happened a couple times. Once in a while, I'd see him, I'd stop by, and he got to me, and we talked. Then he found out about my wrestling amateur career, and that impressed him. And then I started working out with him in his basement with the weights and doing his workouts.
How'd that feel the first time he said to you, why don't you come over?
I must
have been like...
Yeah, well, I had a mentor.
Yeah.
And the silly thing was, starting with Bruno as my mentor in the business, and me being 21 and just young and dumb, I had no idea of the power of the politics that I could have, or that he had, and how it worked. But, being Bruno's protege made me really kind of an instant somebody in the business that was very tough. And I didn't even realize at that time that the political thing where all the guys in those days that didn't want you in the business, the old timers, so they could have a job, Strongbow and Skolin and Monsoon.
Did you find resistance from Strongbow?
No, they all loved me.
We've heard other stories about Chief Jay.
They all love you
that's
because
the thing.
you and Bruno.
They all loved
right?
me. They all went out of their way to teach me psychology, and they taught me how to work by the best guys that wouldn't tell anybody else.
Right.
Well, so Larry,
But because I was Bruno's pro, I didn't realize everybody's being so nice.
Right.